What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit. Spawning here in the top right hand corner of Black Pink LE, playing with the blue Terran pieces. He's currently up in this series and wants to keep this series rolling in his favor. His name is none other than SpeCial. And his opponent playing in the cross position, playing with the red Terran pieces. He's currently down in the series, but certainly not out of it just yet. His name is uThermal. So, guys and girls, this series and this game I'm really excited about, but this series has been absolutely awesome to watch. It was played at the WCS in Leipzig, was in the round of 16 of that tournament, so all these games really do matter in the grand scheme of things. You have that chance at possibly being invited to BlizzCon if you win one of these events on the WCS Pro circuit. So it's very exciting, and both these players are very good. There's been moments, and it's been interesting, there have been moments where it's felt like uThermal's had the advantage and that he could really win, but then SpeCial kind of just completely crushes that hope and dream by just really playing out of his mind, playing a beautiful play as far as defense and offensively. So both sides of it, he's just been playing absolutely incredibly in this series so far. We'll see if that trend does continue in this game here. But uThermal has had his moments of possibilities, and I think that is something very important to understand, that there have been many opportunities by both of these players, or for both of these players, to really take a to have a chance, I guess you could say, at winning a game here or winning a game there. It's very one of those things that this game and this matchup, the TvT matchup, is one of many mind games. As far as, a massive, it's like a massive chess game, and you're consistently trying to outdo your opponent and react in ways, seeing what your opponent's doing and reacting in ways that are going to help you be successful and win games, because that's what it all comes down to, obviously, in StarCraft 2. Now, it does look as if both players are going to go for that command center first. They're going to go ahead, get that barracks as well as the factory out as well. So on both sides of on the playing field, it's very similar build orders, and you'll kind of see that in the top left hand corner of that production tab. You're going to go ahead and you'll see that both players, when it comes to the TvT matchup, will go for relatively similar builds, at least at the start of the games, and then it kind of changes as the game goes on. And so that's why I love this matchup so much. It's a fun matchup to watch, and I really hope we see something like mass amounts of cyclones again. But here we go. A couple of these Reapers have made their way across the map, and they are going to try to do a little bit of some damage here, getting maybe a couple of these SCVs for their troubles. That's exactly what's going to happen. So uThermal, that all helps in the grand scheme of things. We are going to see the starport coming in for uThermal, at least right now. And now we are going to see a third command center out of SpeCial. So very quick third command center. Very interesting decision making by SpeCial, going for that quick third command center. It's very interesting play by SpeCial, but this entire series has just been, there's been moments that it's been very, interesting watching what both players are deciding to do at certain points. uThermal seems to be on top of his game right now. As far as his micro is concerned, he's not really missing a beat. He's not really missing. He knows exactly what's happening as far as the Hellion. He knows the Hellion's moving across the map to try to do a little bit of some damage. He has his own Hellion kind of here waiting for SpeCial to get across the map. It does look as if SpeCial is going to try to get a beautiful scout in. He's going to see exactly what's going on. He sacrifices that Hellion. But we are going to see the natural, or I should say the third command center coming in for SpeCial. Now we are going to go ahead, we're going to see out of the engineering bay, he's got one engineering bay, that's uThermal, is going to start getting his +1 upgrades based around the ground-based unit composition. And it looks like SpeCial does have a couple of cyclones out, and that's going to scare off uThermal, at least for the time being. Now I don't think that this third command center has been scouted, and this is kind of greedy, going for a very quick third command center out of SpeCial. I mean, I know that now you've got uThermal, who's starting to construct his own third command center somewhere, or is he? I guess he's not. So no third command center coming out of uThermal as of yet. So very interesting. Maybe I thought I saw it on that production tab, but I guess I didn't. Maybe I'm wrong. But that said, doesn't matter, at least in the grand scheme of things, because this third command center out of SpeCial is already done. It's going to start producing SCVs, and it's going to be giving a lot of value to SpeCial in later stages of the game as we pass that 5.5 minute mark in the game. I always wondered what these chicks are doing. You know, dancing. Like, I mean, what is this supposed to be? Tron? Like, you know, this map is as absolute. Like, I love this map. It's a really cool map. It's really cool looking. Got the neon lights and everything. Just reminds me of Tron. Something like futuristic, like Tron Legacy or something. The light bikes and everything else. Man, they should add that to Starcraft. What? That said, okay, but here we go. We are going to see SpeCial's going to scan to see what kind of information he can get. It was a nice scout, or scan, I should say. He's going to get the double siege tanks. He's going to see that. Infantry weapons level 1's going to be finishing up in less than 10 seconds for uThermal. So uThermal's really trying to get as many... you know, he's starting to really, we're starting to kind of see the techs of choice here. You're starting to see the Marine, as well as, you know, a couple of those Cyclones, and then, of course, the siege tank. So it's going to be a very interesting, this is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to play out, because with this third command center down now for SpeCial, I wonder if this is almost going to force uThermal to really start pushing across the map. Because once uThermal sees that this third base is now going down, and he hasn't seen it yet, but now he's probably got a hunch that something is up. This third command center is now down. So what do? It looks like now we got, of course, combat shield as well as a stim pack that are going to be researched, as well as those +1 upgrades for the ground-based unit composition. We're going to see looks like we are going to start seeing a push out of uThermal. He's starting to move across the map with his army. Now SpeCial is going to have to play very good defense here, because there's a lot of red moving across the map. We got medevacs out. We've got, of course, those. Of course, the stim pack is now finished. So we got these units that are going to start moving across the map. It's going to be, you're going to have to tread very discreetly. Maybe not discreetly is not really the proper word, but I would say you have to be very careful how you tread, at least at this point. Now, obviously, uThermal's got the high ground. He's got a lot more units that are starting to move in. And now uThermal definitely has a hunch of what is going on. He's on 3 bases. Concussive shells are going to be finishing up, as well as that combat shield for uThermal. I think he's waiting for those to finish up. Vehicle weapons level 1's finishing up for our blue Terran player SpeCial. That said, though, here we go. That high ground is there for uThermal. If you can get a medevac almost for free, that would be pretty nice. But we got a little bit of a stalemate here. Does look like both players are kind of not willing to engage, and just as I say that, it looks like it's about to happen. Here we go. SpeCial's trying to jump on this army, at least right now. It looks like all these SCVs are being pulled off the line. There is so many units here, though. The question is who's got the advantage? And GG is called, and SpeCial wins that engagement. It looked like it was just a moment that uThermal didn't have the edge as far as getting his siege tanks sieged up, and that did really hurt his army as a whole, and SpeCial was able to take advantage of it. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between SpeCial and uThermal, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.